Normal Dark Elf. Metamorph. Look at that. It's the Scarab boss from the... It's the Scarab boss from the Doom Tower. They made him a champion. Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. We're gonna go and have a look at this mythical champion on the test server, okay? I have no idea on his skills. We're gonna have a look at them together. I'm gonna think of how to build this guy and we're gonna go test him out. Of course, mythicals, I know it's impossible to get them to have a very low chance, but at least I can play around with them on the test server, experience a little bit of what it is to be a mega whale and have all the mythicals, right? I doubt he's gonna be as amazing as the other guy, the other lizard I played around with. The other day he has like a skill like Warlord, but not like Warlord. Lazarius, whatever his name was. So this guy, Aphidus the Hive Lord, is a dark elf who metamorphs literally to the Scarab boss. He looks pretty good, obviously, right here. So let's have a look at his A1 perfect veil on the ally with the highest attack. Pretty cool. If he's the ally with the highest attack, I'm guessing he's gonna be protected with the perfect veil. That's pretty cool, actually. Because perfect veil, guys, if you haven't ever noticed it, let me see. Do they have veil only? Well, veil protects you by 7.5% of damage. Perfect veil protects you from 15% of going damage, area of effect. So that's pretty cool in terms of damage mitigation. Increase attack buff on all allies before attacking. That is pretty huge. And then also increase the duration of all enemy debuffs as an AoE. That's also quite strong, I'm gonna say. So A3 attacks all enemies, instantly activates any HP burns on each enemy. If an enemy is not under an HP burn, places the HP burn. That is pretty cool. He's gonna do the activation, and if there's no HP burn, he's gonna apply the HP burn. That's cool. That's good for the spider, but you're not gonna use a mythical on the spider, right? There's so many different ways to beat it by now, but it's still very useful for, yeah, you guessed it, the Hydra. Passive, each time this champion plays an HP burn, decreases his target's defense. Oh, that is huge for the Hydra. Decreasing defense on an AoE by 30% eventually. That is quite nice. For each HP burn debuff on the enemy team increases this champion's critical damage by 10, stacks up to 100. Whenever an enemy HP burn debuff activates, increases champion's attack by 5%. Ooh, so as you're activating the HP burns, you're both getting attack, you have crit damage, you just do insane damage as you go into the end game. So end game, enemies will have 30% less defense, enemies will be getting hit by 100% more crit damage, enemies will also be facing you with 50% more attack. I just love that overall. I wonder if it's going to be possible to build him instead of, let's say, a relentless hit, if you build him with just pure damage. So ignore defense just to get those big hits out of this guy, because he's not hitting with enemy max HP. He's hitting with normal attacks and HP burns, okay? So pretty cool. Let me check on his multipliers just very quickly, guys, as I'm talking to you, because this guy's already on the servers and we have the data mine. The data mine already for this guy. So he has a 3.2 and a 3.5 on the multipliers for these skills. Quite low, if I'm being honest, for multipliers, but for like AoE, so you won't use him in arena. He's strictly PvE from what I'm seeing, at least in this form. So his other form is a defensive based form. Okay, very weird. If you build him attack and defense, what's gonna happen? All right, so defense based, increase accuracy buff on the ally with the lowest accuracy for 2 turns. AoE, stun, continuous heal if no stun were placed by this skill. Interesting. 3.7 multiplier for this one. And then he has a provoke and also can place a strengthened buff on this champion for 2 turns, increase defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Oh, you guys know what you can do? Like in Hydra, you can start out the run and do a provoke so that the head of decay gets provoked, and then you'll have strengthened and all that, and then you switch out to the other form and start doing damage, and then you can switch in between so that you can have both a provoker and a just straight up damage dealer. That's quite nice. When attacked, has 100% chance to place a weaken debuff and 35% chance to place a stun debuff on the attacker. Increases this champion's defense by 1 point for every 2 points of attack when in their alternate form. Wait. Increases this champion's defense by 1 point for every 2 points of attack when in their alternate form. Wait, this is the alternate form, right? Doesn't it? I think this is considered their alternate form. So your attack will be transforming into defense. That is awesome, dude. And an attack aura as well for all battles by 35% on both forms. So yeah, let's go and test this guy out. I wanted to do ignore defense gear on him, but now that I'm thinking of it, I will build him with Relentless just for those extra turns so that you can get more attacks through. I just love the fact that he is that he just not ranks up, he ramps up. Yeah, that's the word. Ramps up. You ramp up his damage as you go. So I will not give him my normal gear. I will give him my normal Relentless gear for damage. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna build this guy and we'll see on what we can do. Okay, guys, for this build, I want to make a test for Nightmare because the mythical legendaries have the 20% ignore resistance. Okay, 20% ignore resistance. I'm not sure how much that translates into accuracy, so I'll run him with 280 accuracy to see on how that will perform on the Hydra. With 2 skills which are impacted by this skill when it's fully booked up. He needs 12 mythical books, by the way, for his 2 complete forms. It's quite insane, but he just needs 5 for the base form, which I feel it's the most powerful one in terms of just damage potential. And we'll go in the fight and we'll see how he does with this. If I see lots of resist, I'll go out, I'll tell you guys, and we'll just see on how that works. Because on Hydra, you need about 330. I'm running 280. I could have run an accuracy banner right here, maybe optimized my gear a little bit better, but I have an overall 5,000 attack, which will ramp up by 50%, by the way, to 7,500, plus the increased attack that he gives to everybody, 240 crit damage. And I think he'll be a very solid alternative to my boy Artak, which I use for my Nightmare Hydra team. So I wonder how much damage he'll do. So yeah, let's just go in there. I think Hydra is the place to use him. Obviously, if we get something in the future in terms of end game where there's multiple targets that can be inflicted by an HP burn debuff, then yeah, he will shine in there. But I just cannot see the place where the fight will go so long that it will impact him. Maybe even Clown Boss, but that we can test after the Hydra. But obviously Clown Boss has been done to death. Let's just go into the Nightmare Hydra. We'll go with this team instead of Xena and Artak. We'll put this guy. I need the resistance right there. Do I have gear on everybody? Just making sure. I built him with a lot of speed, by the way. 260 speed. Look at this. On alternate form, his attack. Oh, it doesn't show the alternate form. It doesn't show on how his attack transforms into defense. But that 4,000 attack will transform into, what is it? 2 points? Increase the champion's defense by 1 point for every 2 points of attack. Oh, so 4,000 attack translates into 2,000 defense. That's very solid. 5,000 defense. That is very solid. And the strengthen will be pretty nice for this guy. Although, yeah, that's a lot of buffs. Okay, we'll go in there and see how this goes. On auto, I don't want him to metamorph ever. So he will open this and then look what I'm gonna do. He will open. Oh no, he starts with this base form, so he won't be able to provoke. Right. Let's just stop the metamorph here. I'll do some manual play to test out his other form, but on auto, I think he has to stay in this form. There's no point changing through and what am I gonna do this time? All right, so the team looks okay for now, and then I'll just throw in Acrizia. All right, let's go in there. We'll see on how he does in the Hydra. I expect some fun things to come from this guy. So we buff up. We need to apply provoke. Obviously, there's one defense now that was not done. There's Acrizia with her insane damage. All right, this guy. Are we gonna try the provoke now? Yeah, let's just see his transform. Boom! Look at that. Becomes a big Scarab boss. It makes no sense that it's a dark elf that becomes a. Which faction would he be in there? Demon spawn, I guess. Demon spawn. He could be a demon spawn. Definitely could be a demon spawn with that. Or how he looks. He couldn't be a lizard. Couldn't be a skinwalker. I mean, it's not a skin. It's a shell. Anyway. Does he provoke? There it is. There's the provoke. He managed to apply it. So my accuracy is doing well so far. I just keep on going. So here we want to apply hex first, if we could, and then we'll start applying our other stuff, right? So far he's not being that. Like here, I would have loved the HP burn because that would have helped with this head right here. Like the block buffs would have been nice. Acrizia doing her thing. The bad thing is I won't have Metamorph, right? For a couple more turns. Let's provoke with... Oh, I got resisted? Jeez. Alright, that will be annoying. Let's see his AoE. Yeah, he does 0 damage. By the way, I built him with War Master. If I didn't show the masteries on him, but I built him with War Master. It's I think the best thing to do for Hydra for him. Doesn't do multi-hits. Got resisted there. Gotta drop the head of decay there. I want to do the Metamorph here. Yeah, that's not nice. Decrease speed. And then one more turn. Let's see his A1. Increase accuracy buff on the ally with the lowest accuracy. Who would that be? Acrizia. Okay. Makes sense. It doesn't make sense for him to give the buff again on her though after she has the buff. So I wonder on how that works. I wonder if he would give it again to her. Look at how many buffs he has though. That is not good. Because he'll become a tank for the head of mischief now. There it is, see? Yeah. And that sucks. So if you're gonna have him in this form as like a support, you'll need to give him lots of resistance as well. Because he gets lots of buffs. He gives buffs to himself, which is what Krisk does. So my Krisk is currently my decay, my mischief target. So Acrizia works so well to do this, and it takes so long to metamorph. So that's why I think once you know which form is the best for you, you lock it out on auto. So there we go. This is my other form. Increases the duration of enemy devas. Look at that, beautiful. But no, we're gonna do the HP burn. So it's an attack first, then instantly activates HP burns. If there's no HP burns, he'll place them. He places all the HP burns. That works well for him. I wonder if I had more HP burns, like if I used R-Tag with him instead, if that would be better. Just to keep on HP burns at all times. So I don't care about this head at all. And then he would do his thing. Let's see his A2 here. So many damage numbers there. So he'll do Perfect Veil. That works nicely for that other head of Torment for this one. So let's just put this on auto, guys. I want to see on how this will go. Obviously, my Acrizia is like the MVP for damage. So I want to see how much damage he'll do by the end of, let's say, how much should I leave it for? Like 50 turns? We'll come back to 50 turns. I know that this team can go all the way to 200, but for the sake of just not sit here on my computer trying to get max damage, We'll let this go for 50 turns. Obviously, Acrisia is very strong here. But this guy is like a big support. Decreases defense and boosts his own crit damage and attack through those activations. There's that perfect veil. I still think though, maybe another HP burn champion, AoE HP burn champion would be nice for him. So instead of him being the one that applies the HP burn, he activates it. He's the one that activates it. So we'll have multiple HP burn champions. So instead of Mishinagi, I would have Artak with him and just have double HP burns. Just go crazy. Because Mishinagi can apply HP burn, but it's through the A1. So here, that head is very annoying, the head of Torment. I do have CP, which can help. But overall, the way that I'll protect, at least that guy, is through his perfect veil that he applies himself. So I'm not going to target anything, although they need to change the AI here. They need to change the AI to always target the head with that debuff. Because now, kind of screwed there. Because that's not what you want. Is he going to place the HP burn? I can't remember. Is it an attack? I think it's an attack, not a place. It's an attack and then instantly activates. If not, he'll place them. Still, I don't think he... There we go. That was nice. A2 was nice. Let's continue on auto. Not gonna let it... Not gonna see what they're gonna do, but I hope they try to take out this head. They're not looking like they're trying, really. I thought Perfect Veil wouldn't give me the fear. There's the HP burn. That was plus an activation. All right, I'll let this go for like 20 more runs, 20 more turns, and I'll be right back. So we're back almost at 50 turns. I just wanted to show this part where all the heads were down. He was hitting for about 250k. That was an actual real nice showcase of his damage. 200k from Mishinagi, who's also built very well, high defense, very tanky ally here. But the problem that I noticed is that, yeah, the HP burns won't be activating all that much, but you only need a certain amount of HP burns to activate for his full potential, right? So here we are at 50 turns, 1 million per turn. So his passive right here, each time this champion places an HP burn, he decreases the defense. So if an enemy is not under any HP burns, he'll place the HP burn. So I don't think using another AoE HP burn champion is going to give you the same benefit that this guy would, unless you have him being the one that places the HP burn and the other champion being the activator. So why do I say that? So that although he can activate HP burns, he's better when he places them, since he'll be decreasing defense. And if you guys know about the Hydro fight, when a head comes back up, its defense is back to normal. So the same thing works with the blessings, right? If my understanding is correct, you cannot decrease the defense and have it, you know, stay down forever. So yeah, that's at least interesting a little bit. Let's end this and see his overall damage for this for like 50 turns. So 26 million for Acrisia, 5.8, 14 from Mishinagi. Not that amazing for this one, but obviously 14 million from Mishinagi. Is that because of the hex? I think it's because of the hex. It's not a fair comparison here. 5.8 million. I just want to see. All right, let's free regroup. I still think he has a lot of value here. I just don't think it's fair showing Mishinagi in there. Let's put in Artak and do another run. So here we'll start out the fight without this. We'll do Artak. Let's say he starts out with this 260 speed. My Artak is 259. Yeah, let's have him place the HP burn, and then Artak will activate. All right. So one always places the HP burn, so that also reduces defense. Okay. This will be interesting. Just making sure. So one is faster, one is slower. The ideal run, let's have a look. I think the ideal run will be interesting here. So it will be like we boost. Defense down at least on one of the targets. There we go. He'll HP burn on everybody. He did the attack. Interesting. Then we'll activate. So this activate will benefit him as well. Yes, that was his passive, whatever it's called, freshener. That was. There's the provoke. Why did it go on my Ugo? It's fine. The HP burn is there. Let's another A2 here. We got a refresh on Acrizia. Then his A2, which also extends debuffs, can extend debuffs. If it's not a weak hit. So then there's the HP burn, which, I mean, another champion applying the HP burn doesn't work to our favor because we want to be dropping the defense all the time. So let's run this also 50 turns. I'll be right back, guys, with the total, and then we'll have a look at him on the clan boss, on how good he is in there. Let's say you just got him and you want to test him out in a very simple team like the Bat Eater team. Okay, let's run this for 50 turns. Okay, now we're back with the 47 turns this time around. Obviously way less damage. I think Hex plays a big role in this. You saw how much damage Mishinagi did before. Now we have 2 activators. HP burn I think is a bit too much. I think refresh gear would be nice on him. Maybe refresh gear so he gets the activate himself. You don't need to have the activate, honestly, with the HP burns. It just adds up a lot more damage when it does happen. So 49 turns. I'll finish it at, I think 51 it was when it procced in my previous run. And actually my previous run, I actually run the Scarab guy with the other form for the first, what, 6 or 7 turns, I think. So yeah, 40 million damage, about 10 less than before. Okay, let's end it and have a look. 40.62, yeah, 6 million, 6.2, 4.8 on Artak, 26 on Acrizia. She's the obvious MVP. He did way better this time around. If I compare, not way better, he did better this time around, but not a real difference. The fact that he gives a support to others with a decreased defense when he places the HP burns, I think is where you need to keep that in mind. And I think it's gonna work way better on the clan boss. So let's have a look in there on the standard Bat Eater team. Okay, so the Bat Eater team would be this one. I'll put the right champs in there. So, and put the right champs in there. I'll make sure the gear is correct and we'll have a run at this. So I can even place him on the leader slot, actually. All right, this will be interesting. Be right back. Okay, let's have a look at his overall damage on the clan boss for the 50 turns. I've built him out. We have the attack aura as well, so that benefits him. I don't have things such as toxic sets would have benefited the whole team. So nobody is applying poisons here. That would be an easy one key because I know the damage we're going to see now. Let's click on the quick battle and see on what he does in terms of overall just straight up damage for this guy. Quick battle, let's go. And there we go, 57 million. He did a very solid, let's see myself here, boom boom boom, 22.8 guys, 22.8 million damage out of this guy with just HP burn activations and straight up attacks because of his ramping up mechanics. I definitely think that he is worth just using everywhere, at least on his first form. His second form is not as much worth it, although it looks epic. It's not as much worth it because of the higher cost and also skill book investment. I think he has 3 here and then 3 here, so that's 6, 7 books here on the one side and 5 on the other side. So it's a little bit too much to go for both sides. I mean, if I got him, I would probably use him on the one form only. The provoke is very nice. The stun is very solid, very low cooldown, 3 turn for a complete stun plus attack, so that you can have I don't know, you can actually, he'll place the stun, so there's no even reason to give him other sets, but he'll have provoke, he'll have stun. It's just just amazing. If no stun is placed, he does the continuous heal. So that's for basically any situation where you're hitting a boss. Yeah, I just like, I like this guy overall. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't like that this form is weaker than his base form. I would have loved if his alternative form was stronger and had the HP burns and stuff. It would have been more amazing, but still pretty cool. I don't think you'll see him anytime soon in PvP because he needs time to ramp up, and you don't have that time, obviously, for PvP fights. So this was the video, guys, on the test server. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.